back to another Music Maker guitar video. Josh here as always. It is 3:35 Theory Thursday, and today I thought it would be very cool to go over last week's changes, but maybe actually simplify a little bit and add some secondary dominants. We're simplifying the progression, and then we're complicating it again by adding this other thing, which is going to be some chords that just they're out of key. They're not in the same key of the song. So here's what we have. Here's the progression. Go ahead and screenshot this. There you go. Just 4-bar progression. Starts with a C major. That's how I'm playing it. Fret 8. Skip the A string. Fret 9, fret 9, and then fret 8. Then here's your chord that's out. This is B7. I like to add this note just because it's in the last chord. It gives you like a consonance. It's the chord is out, but the note is in, if that makes sense. So it's B7 jazz shell is how I'm playing it. So it's B on the bottom, fret 7, then skip the A string again, fret 7 on the D string, then 8, 8. And this note right here, that's the one that's outside of the scale. And we're working with the same scale as last time, C major. The thing is, B7 has this note. So we're here. Then we're back to a chord. This is in key. E minor works, that's in key. A minor, same thing, also in key. That's our sixth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then every other note. Right? Then here's where it gets funky. D7. This note. F sharp is out of the key. That's the note right there. Or you can play that down the octave. But it's important to consider that as you're going through. Like, a lot of people just think, oh, we're in C major, I can just play a C major scale. That sounds so painfully music schooly. It doesn't really sound musical, though. You know what I mean? Like, it really just sounds like a scale study and not like you're, like, really playing. The scale's playing you more than you're playing it. You know, I would rather hear somebody, if they're going to play within a scale. That's like much more musical way, I think, of playing in a scale, and just takes like chord understanding, you know. So it's just kind of applying to that. So that said, when we get to our D chord, I just kind of I play the same scale, but then I put, instead of F, F sharp. Kind of like a C Lydian almost, if you want to think of it in terms of a scale, but I really don't think of it in terms of a scale. Those are just like, these are my notes in D, right? D, F sharp, A, C. To a G chord, so then I'm just playing the notes. This is again right out of the scale again because G is diatonic. that's all like within the key of C. So I can kind of play around with that, but really it's like the notes are a G chord. That's really what I'm focusing on when I'm playing, because that's going to give me the sound that I want. So that said, that's kind of how I'm playing through it. But there's my first chord. We went through that. We went through this. E minor 7. Playing that here, fret 7. I'm just doing like a bar chord, minor 7 bar chord, which is like 7, skip the E string, 7, barring it down, then play like 7, 9, bar, 8, bar. Then A minor bar chord, same thing, fret 5. And then you could just do this, like 5, 7, 5, 5, 5, 5. But I really like the G on top, so I do my pinky on fret 8. And then D bar chord. Now if you want to get fancy with that, this is what I like to do. C with D in the bass. So that's fret 10, skip the A string, 10, 9, 8. And then 8, if you can stretch it down to that F sharp. Then G7, bar chord, right? So you can do it like that or like this. Make it more complicated. I could just kind of play on that forever, but I think what I would recommend for you to do today, sound your way through it. See if you can really pick up on guide tones. And I think the exercise, like the music school exercise, is just play through it. Just play quarter notes, like, or those are eighth notes actually. It'd be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And I'm really connecting things. You can use chromatic things. That's okay. You don't have to play everything right within the scale. If your intention is to arrive at a note that you understand, like chromatics are totally okay, like I was doing at the end there. But it really does take that first like initial understanding of just playing through it and making sure like you can just like almost keep time, but in a way that's soloing and melodic and improvising and using notes from the chord tones to do that. Then once you get there, for me, I make sure I leave a lot out and just put in a lot of space. So now if I was going to do that, right? Now I'm just playing, so I should probably cut it out there. But I'm really just really concentrating on what is the chord change, and I'm only using notes that allow that chord change to come out. Could I do something simpler? Yeah, but it wouldn't really outline the chord changes. And it really should be up to you as the artist to decide if you want to outline those or just be more static. Maybe while those chord changes go beneath you. I love this. Then resolve. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and play my way out for today. I think that basically covers it. But what's going on is definitely this note, this chord, B7, is out of the key, but it's a tension chord that leads you back to this. So if you think minor key, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 chord. So it's a secondary 5. It's a 5 that's out of key. Start in C, then 5 of E minor, but then immediately D7 would be the 5 of G. If you're just looking at this and you see D, oh, that's 2, and then G7 is 5 chord, clearly, you might be onto something, but F sharp being in D7 is out of the key of C major. So it's not really a real 2 chord or a 2/7 chord. It's a dominant of G, of the key of G, right? So it's a secondary dominant. 5 of 5, right? 5 chord of the 5th of C, being G, and then we go back home. So hopefully this little chord progression and little jam session that we can have with it can be helpful for you learning secondary dominants. If you have any questions, please do leave them in the comments below. I love answering stuff like that. I do really make sure to read everything and get back as soon as I can. So thanks so much for tuning in. Go check out MusicMakerLessons.com for more in-depth lessons, and I'll see you tomorrow.